What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mariah Rose, and welcome back to Courtside Chats. We have so much to discuss from round 2 of the playoffs, from big upsets to drama off the court. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So you may recall an incident with Patrick Beverly in Game 6 of the Bucks-Pacers series where Patrick Beverly got extremely frustrated with a fan. Apparently the Bucks were in a timeout in a huddle, and a fan behind the bench was like, 3-2-1 Cancun, and it really pissed Patrick Beverly off. He asked for a basketball, throws it at a fan, misses the fan he originally was trying to hit, and then gets the ball back, hits a man with the ball. Absolutely crazy, unacceptable situation. But then it gets worse when he goes into the post game and he was extremely rude to a female reporter and wouldn't let her interview him because she wasn't subscribed to his podcast. I was wondering how the NBA was going to handle this situation, and we just found out that Patrick Beverly is going to get suspended for 4 games. And they cited the reasons of his ball incident and the reasons with the reporter. I actually tuned in to Patrick Beverly's podcast, so maybe I can interview him. I tuned in and he was talking about the incident, and he didn't even mention the situation with the reporter, but apparently he apologized to her. He knows his actions were unacceptable. I know his actions were unacceptable, but how much can you really expect from Patrick Beverly? I mean, he's always been a little bit erratic. So hopefully the 4-game suspension without pay, puts a little fire under him to act right, but you never know what you're getting with Pat Bev. Now, the Indianapolis police have also launched an investigation into the incident, and I'm wondering, had the Indiana police not gotten involved, do y'all think that Patrick Beverly would have gotten as severe of a punishment, or would have been different coming from the NBA? Because the Popo getting involved is a whole nother story. On Wednesday night, the Knicks secured another win against the Pacers in an amazing blue and orange, wild, crazy arena. Can I just say, the Knicks fans go hard for their team. I used to be a certified Knicks hater because I'm a Hawks fan. I'm from Atlanta. But watching the Knicks in the playoffs really is what everybody said it would be. Like, the Knicks being relevant is good for basketball. It's so entertaining. Reggie Miller was there. They were chanting to him. Isaiah Hartenstein said that he could hear the fans from the locker room. They were so loud. Jalen Brunson went down while the team was up with a foot injury. You saw him exiting to the locker room, and the team plummeted without him. It clearly showed how important and vital it is for them to have Jalen Brunson in the lineup. And then he came back into the game, and then they took the lead again, ended up winning. OG Anunoby has questionable health right now. It's looking a little bleak for the Knicks, but for them to go out and pull out this win and the crowd be chanting MVP, MVP, MVP as loud as they were, I could tell he was running on adrenaline on that hurt foot. Hopefully he's good for their next game, but it's hard not to root for this Knicks team. They go hard for each other. They go hard for the fans. You saw Josh Hart going up to Reggie Miller saying, I think they're saying F you. Like, it was so entertaining, and I just think it's so good for basketball when the Knicks are good. So hopefully they can keep this energy going for the rest of the semifinals. Boston lost last night 118-94 to the Cavs, and everyone is freaking out except for Jason Tatum. So Jason Tatum went to the post game after the embarrassing loss at home and basically said, listen, our team is not freaking out. We're not worried. I know everyone expects us to win every game by 30. That's just not the reality. It's just not going to happen. He was torn up by the media, completely criticized for being nonchalant, not caring. Everybody's waiting for Jason Tatum to light this fire, and everybody's freaking out. And I have an unpopular opinion about this. I think Jason took the right approach because their 94 points is the least amount of points scored in any home loss or any home game this season. And I think that is an outlier. They're not going to do that again. They're not going to play like that again. They're not going to lose this series to the Cavs. They're probably going to come out in the next game and blow them out. What do y'all want Jason Tatum to do? Crash out? Like, it's not that big of a deal. I think that he had the right approach for his team to keep them confident. They're looking at something bigger than just a game or a series against the Cavs. They're looking to win a championship. So I don't think Jason Tatum needs to be like lighting fires and yelling at everybody in the locker room and sharing with the media how worried he is because they lost 1 game to the Cavs. Don't you think that would prove that they have less of a champion mentality if they're worried about the Cleveland Cavaliers in a second round series? Like, I think he took the right approach, and I think that Boston's going to be just fine in the East, especially with the Knicks being hobbled right now. They're fine. Let's all calm down. That's it for this edition of Courtside Chats. Keep it locked to Revolt Sports, where I'm going to be breaking down the playoffs as we go along. And y'all, it's just getting better, so you better stay.